I'm a homeschool mom and a TOS staff member. Let me tell you my story. I homeschool two boys right now, a 12-year-old and a 9-year-old, and I have been homeschooling them since birth. I like to say that because I knew before they were born that I was going to homeschool them and be the one to provide their education. And I knew that because I have an older son that went through most of his school years through the public school system, and it was a struggle pretty much from grade one. He just did not fit in that learning system well, and he had just behavior problems that only he had a problem at school. And I was really confused on how to help him. And then when it came to his grade 5 year, and I'd already gone through so many years of just him struggling through the school system, I thought, is there any way he could learn less with me at home than he could learn in while he was at school? And when I decided that no, he couldn't, and mainly just because his behavior problems would get in the way of that school learning, that I took him out of school and I did homeschool him for a year. Now I did a lot of research. I did a lot of research before I did actually take him out of school, and even through that year that he was homeschooled, I got a lot more knowledge about what home education was, and what the responsibility and what the what I was really taking on to homeschool. Now I did end up putting him back into school, just how life was at the time, but as I was planning to have more children, I knew that that's what I wanted to do. I was going to be determined very much to make it work, that I was going to be educating the boys. And of course, because I'd done so much research before, with my other son, and my husband also had a really hard time in school. He struggled very much like my son did. They actually aren't biologically related, but it's amazing how alike they are in their learning styles. Is really what it is. They're just neither one of them were that great fit for the public school system. And I knew I wanted to give my boys the best opportunity to really learn about the world in so many different ways, and not just the way that one educational system did that. So it has never been easy. And I will actually say that about parenting. I don't think any parent would say, oh, parenting is easy. But I really do find it is easier to parent when I know my kids so much more, because I spend all day with them. I really get to know their learning style, which is knowing a lot about them. From my perspective as a mom, I've found what works with their learning style. I found what works with our family too. It's not just all about learning styles. It's about what's my ability to be able to teach, and what subjects do I like to teach a little bit more in, and what subjects do I like to have the program or curriculum teach more in. And there's just so much either way that can do that. I also love the real flexibility of homeschooling, and it would work so well for so many families to be able to just have that flexible lifestyle. As I said, I'm a TOS staff member, and I spend some time on a business other than what I do for the Old Schoolhouse, but I do all my work from home, and that's one of the things that I really had to work on a lot to begin with, to be able to work from home. It wasn't something I did before I homeschooled, but homeschooling made me really determined to build a business that I could do from home, so that I could put my family first, still bring money into the household, but also still do the things that I really enjoy doing through a business and through work, and be able to have both. And sometimes it's a little bit crazy, and I find some weeks a little bit more chaotic than others, but I would not trade it for anything. I love working from home, and I love homeschooling my boys. I love that I can show them so much more, that we have so much time to just linger on certain subjects or in certain areas, that we can just fly with a with something that we've learned, maybe somewhere we visited or something we see on TV, and we can just delve into that subject more. And then even as we delve into that subject, I can still cover other subjects and what is commonly called unit studies, where you go on a certain topic of interest, and then you cover with that, you get them to do some, handwriting and learning grammar and English skills, vocabulary, and probably fit some math in there, get to learn some geography in real nice practical ways, and some history, and of course get that fun science stuff in there, that observing nature, and just everything that we want our kids to learn, and that is just going to build them up for their adult life, be able to put them on the right track. And as most adults know, learning does not end when school ends. It does not end when your education ends. We want to be learning all throughout our lives. As I tell my boys, like, God gave you a brain, and that brain is like this muscle that just needs to be worked all the time. And it's so great to be homeschooling and working that muscle, learning all this stuff that is just so customized and geared to each child. There are so many companies out there, so many passionate people that have built a business around helping parents educate their own kids. And it is just such a huge blessing to be part of an organization that connects the homeschoolers and the companies that provide stuff for them. But it's also just such a blessing to be able to have that wealth of information available for my family and our learning way. Our little homeschooling motto is to always be learning.